Onlia is a new kid on the block in Canada. So we bring digital insurance to the Ontarian people, and we try with the use of data and technology and customer insight to bring a new insurance experience to the market.
Why Toronto?
So I think it came down to big markets, mature markets, the room to disrupt, but also a little bit behind the digital acceptance of insurance. And I think all these things together, combined with a very welcoming country, made us choose Canada.
What is your first impression of Toronto, leading the business of Onlia?
I do really like Toronto. I think from a business perspective, I am really impressed by the majority of cultures there are. So it's a very inclusive society.
Is that an advantage?
Yes, I think that's a very, very big advantage. It's not only nice as a person, but it's also a big advantage to business, because it allows you to I think come to far better decisions when there are far more perspectives. And I think that's, well, we don't even have to do our best to get like this number of nationalities and different backgrounds in our company. It's there, it's Toronto.
Is there more about Toronto that you really like from a business kind of perspective?
I think it's developing very rapidly. So there are a lot of newcomers bringing a lot of skills to the market. It has high technical standards, so there's a lot of talent running around. And I think it's always on the move. So it's the vibe, it's the technical skills, and it's the continuously stream of new people coming to Toronto.
Onlia is a joint venture of a Canadian company and a Dutch company. What kind of cultural differences do you notice?
Yeah, Onlia is a joint venture of Fairfax, the Canadian company, and Achmea, the Dutch company. And I think we both bring very different capabilities to the table, which is, for me, a privilege to work with these shareholders. And I do see similarities, which I think is the most important part to have a successful business relationship. So both of them are very customer-centric, very entrepreneurial. They want to learn, and they're in it for the long run. So it's a long-term perspective. So that's what I really like of both companies. But cultural-wise, there are also a lot of differences, and especially the way of communicating is very, very different.
Can you explain?
Yes, I think I was warned that the Dutch are quite direct in their way of communication. Well, it's a fact, and I think there's a lot of politeness with the Canadians. But on the other hand, I think when respect is there and we try to understand the differences, it's a great way to move forward.
Is there any chance of relating the theme of diversity to Toronto greater area?
I think Toronto is diversity. So it's like really a big group of people with all different backgrounds, all different nationalities. And it's not like a melting pot. Like when you come here as a newcomer, you have to really fit in and do your best. I think everyone is really respected of who he or she is, what's your country of origin. So it's far more of a mosaic. So there's room and place for every color, every background, every skill set. And I think it's very welcoming to newcomers. So it's not a melting pot, but it's a mosaic. And for me, that stands for the true power of diversity.